Welcome to EasyEuge, the channel to help you to learn maths super easy, super fast. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to add mixed numbers and add mixed fractions. So if you're ready, let's get started. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click like on this video. And make sure that you watch all the way through to the end for question of the day. Question 1 is the whole number 3 plus the fraction 2 over 3. So let's write that down. So we have 3 plus 2 over 3. So how do we add a whole number 3 and a fraction together? Well, the answer very simply is 3 and 2/3. It's the whole number 3 add on 2/3. And that simply is what a mixed number is. It's a whole number plus a fraction. So now that we know that, let's go to question 2. We have a fraction, which is a half, and we're going to add on the whole number 4. So what's the answer? Well, the answer simply is 4 and a half. It's the whole number 4 and another half. So that simply is what a mixed number is. It's a whole number and a fraction. The next example is where we have one of these mixed numbers and we're going to add on a whole number. So let's write this down. So this can be rewritten very simply as 2 plus the quarter plus the 5. Okay, and then all you do is you add the whole numbers together and the fractions together. So 2 and 5 is 7. We add on the quarter, so the answer is 7 and a quarter. The next example is where we have a whole number and we're adding on a mixed number. So let's write that down again. 3, and we're going to add on 1 and 2/5. And now you know what to do. Let's rewrite this. 3 plus 1 plus 2 over 5. And that is the same as 3 and 1, which is 4. Add on the 2/5, 4 and 2/5. And there you go. That's adding mixed numbers with whole numbers. The next level is to add a mixed number to another mixed number. So let's use this example here. 1 and 2/5 plus 3 and 1/5. Let's write that down. 1 and 2/5. And we're going to add on 3 and 1/5. And we know that we can break this up into whole numbers and fractions. So let's rewrite 1 and 2/5 as 1 plus 2/5. Okay, and then we'll add on 3 and 1/5. We'll add on the 3 and then add on the 1/5. So can we add all of this up together? Let's start by adding the whole numbers 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 is 4. 2/5 and 1/5. We can see the numbers on the bottom are the same, and we learned how to add fractions in one of my previous videos called How to Add Fractions, and also adding fractions with different denominators. So if you don't know how to add fractions yet and you've started on this video, continue watching the video, but do go back and watch how to add fractions. So as long as the number on the bottom is the same, the denominator, we can simply add the top numbers. So 2/5 and 1/5 is 3/5. And the answer is 4 and 3/5. Let's move on to the next example, 3 3/5. Let's see what's going to happen in this one. 3 3/5, and let's add on 2 4/5. Let's get straight into it. That is 3 plus 3 over 5 plus 2 plus 4 over 5. Let's add all the whole numbers together. 3 and 2 is 5. 3/5 and 4/5. Oh, this is interesting. 3/5 and 4/5. That's 7/5. Now that's an improper fraction. So we need to do something with this. So this is the same as 5 plus 5 over 5 plus 2 over 5. 5/5 and 2/5 are 7/5. Okay, so we can see that 5 over 5 is 1. So this is actually 5 plus 1, which is 6, and 2/5. Now that was really interesting because the 3/5 and the 4/5 gave us 7/5. And we had to break that into two parts, 5 over 5 plus 2 over 5. When we're adding fractions, we add the top numbers, so we can see that 5 over 5 plus 2 over 5 is 7 over 5. And then the 5 over 5 turns into a 1. We can add the 1 to the 5 to give us the 6. So the answer is 6 2/5. The last two examples in this video are 3 1/2 plus 1 1/4. Let's see what's going to happen in this one. 3 1/2 plus 1 1/4. We know to break this up, 3 1/2 is 3 plus 1/2. And now let's add on 1 1/4. Let's add on the 1 and add on the quarter. Let's start by adding all the whole numbers, 3 and 1. So on the next line, 3 and 1 is 4. 1/2 and 1/4. Uh-oh. These fractions are not the same. They're unlike fractions. Let's just write that down for a moment. We'll add on the half and add on the quarter. When we're adding fractions with unlike denominators, where the number on the bottom is not the same, we need to make the number on the bottom the same. So to add the half to the quarter, we need to turn that 2 into a 4. And as you've seen in my previous videos of how to add fractions, let's change this half. So let's rewrite this as 4 plus 1/2, and let's multiply the top and the bottom of that by 2. Because when you multiply any fraction by 2 over 2, or 3 over 3, or whatever the number is, it's essentially multiplying by 1. Let's add on the quarter. If we rewrite this, it's going to look like 4 plus 1 by 2 is 2. 2 by 2 is 4. So this half now looks like 2 quarters, and 2 quarters is a half. Now let's add on the 1/4, and now you see, because the denominators are the same, because they are like, we can now add them. So the answer is 4 plus 2 quarters and 1/4, 2 and 1 is 3, and then the 4 carries straight to the bottom. 4 plus 3 quarters, and that's very simply written as 4 3/4. And the last example in this video, let's see what's going to happen in this example. 2 1/3 plus 4 1/2. Let's rewrite this. 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 4 plus 1 over 2. 2 and 4 is 6. Uh-oh, 1/3 and 1/2. We can't add them just yet. So let's write them down and we'll see what we're going to do with these. We've added on the 1/3 and we've added on the 1/2. we need to use our least common denominator method to change each of these fractions into something where they have a like denominator. So what can we do to the 3? So let's build a little table over here for our least common denominator. Let's take that 3. Let's look at all the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. Let's leave it at that. Let's take the 2. Let's look at all the multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6. We've got a match. 6 is the match. So let's turn this into something over 6, and we'll turn this fraction into something over 6. So that equals 6 plus a third. What will we multiply by the 3 to make it a 6? Let's multiply it by 2 over 2. Then we'll add on the half. What can we do to the 2 to make it a 6? Let's multiply that by 3 over 3. So again, when you multiply by 2 over 2, that's the same as 1. And 3 over 3 is the same as 1. So we're not actually changing the value of the fractions. Let's rewrite that. 6 plus 1 by 2 is 2. 3 by 2 is 6. Let's add on 1 by 3 is 3. 2 by 3 is 6. Now we can simply add the fractions because the denominators are the same. And that equals 6 plus 2 and 3 is 5 over 6. And then the answer can be rewritten very simply as 6 and 5/6. And that is how to add mixed numbers with unlike denominators in their fractions. Welcome to Question of the Day. And today's question is 2.5 plus 3 1/4. We're adding two mixed numbers. So remember to use what you've learned in the video to add the whole numbers and then add the fractions. But when you're adding the fractions, make sure the denominator is the same. So good luck everybody. Leave your answer in the comments. I'd love to know what you got. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you again in the next one.